Yeah, guys, Counter Attack podcast. Daps is running a bit late. Lamin's moving. Lamin's about doing something. Michael's not about. Go on. You take over. It's up to you.
Sorry, bro. We started.
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry, mate.
That's all right.
Go on, Karen. I was looking at the phone.
Daps is on his way, but we'll start with myself, Spence.
Younger Spence.
Eddie.
Cool. So
average age Eddie.
Obviously, younger Spence has been on here a couple of times. Eddie was on like early. Where we got a lot of good feedback when you come on.
2017. It's 2019 now. That's mad, isn't it?
Wow, that means the pod's been going quite a while as well.
Calendar.
Yeah, I am.
That's decent.
No. It was before we won, because we were talking about the England youth teams, innit? It was before the 17s won the World Cup and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's mad.
But yeah, no, it was a good one. We'll just kick it off with, obviously we had some games yesterday. Unexpected. City losing 2-1 to Newcastle.
I think that's it.
Do you think so now?
Yeah.
100% say.
I had a feeling that they wouldn't be able to bring it back anyway. Remember we was talking about it before, and you said Liverpool, if they get enough injuries at the back. But I just always felt that everyone's talking about City as if they're indestructible. Bearing in mind, they went was it last month? They went 2 games back-to-back losses.
Yeah. But you know what?
So they're clearly not indestructible.
They're not. But you know what?
And they was never going to go the last, was it 15 or 18 games that it is?
I think 15 now.
They was never going to go that without losing. And I think Liverpool's defence is that little bit better.
Yeah,
so
if you go pound for pound,
they're always. So Liverpool would always have the benefit of potentially keeping more clean sheets, therefore getting more points. I think the season's done now. Not as in it's not that clear cut. I think it will still get.
You think they've got enough?
I think
now
Liverpool will still drop
them.
Points, and I think City will close it.
Yeah, but they've got enough now to get.
But I think Liverpool will win the league now.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't write off City, man. I just can't. You can't.
It's not. It sounds weird. I know it sounds like a write. It's not necessarily a write off. It's just they have mistakes. They have more mistakes in their team, and they have the potential to concede more points between now and the end of the season than Liverpool, and they have the tougher fixture list than Liverpool. Like that was one of their bankers yesterday.
Yeah,
they've still got to play. True. Is it us? Well, they're going to smash us. Don't get
Who, City?
Yeah, they're going to smash us on Sunday. So, but they still got a place. That's a potential banana skin.
Yeah,
even though I think they'll smash us.
Still got Chelsea again.
They still got Chelsea. They still got United.
I think they still got
Spurs, or they play Spurs twice.
Do
you see what I mean? So
Etihad.
there's a few. With Liverpool have a few more, but I think Liverpool got 2 more like banana skins at Anfield.
Yeah.
So I think
squad depth.
City squad they should see him through, but I just think
I'm saying Liverpool squad depth. You think
Liverpool squad depth ain't great, but I don't know. I just see something in that City team that is a little bit more. Something in the Liverpool team that's a little bit more resilient than the City team at the moment.
I agree. I see fearlessness in Liverpool.
So do I.
I see absolute aggression and no fear.
It's like when you say like the team's a reflection of the
100%,
manager.
100%.
Like it's like Klopp. 11 Klopp's running around. Yeah. But you know, the only after yesterday, it made me like start to believe. Hold on, this can actually happen. But I still cling to. I remember we had the convo.
Yeah, I said that.
Still cling to City, just because when like Liverpool have kind of been in this situation before. Admittedly, different manager, and they're a better team now than they were then.
That might help them though.
It
could go both ways. Could go both ways.
It's a little bit of that unknown where you go across the team and majority of them haven't won anything. Got good players, but they haven't won anything.
I think there's a little bit. This is just speculation, but I think there's a bit of unrest in the City camp as well because De Bruyne's not starting games.
But he's coming
back
back.
in, but he needs to slot straight back into that team still.
He needs to, but
especially coming off the back, they had 2 back-to-back defeats, so that's the perfect time to bring like someone like him back into the fold.
Yeah,
it's not like you're going to disrupt anything. You've lost.
I don't know. I think for De Bruyne, I think if he's ready, I think he goes back in.
He's ready.
I don't know. I don't know 100%.
Well, I don't know him personally. I don't have him on WhatsApp, but I think he's ready.
Yeah. No, but that's what I kind of feel.
I think he's ready.
If he was ready, I think the manager would have put him in because he's your best player. You always want to play with your best player, innit?
He's starting all the cup games.
Yeah, but the cup games are like
it's a little less tempo. No, but
not taking the piss, but it's not like full on, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but you put it, if he wasn't 100% he'd be coming out of it with more knocks or setbacks.
But he might just, maybe the sharpness. Maybe it's speculation, isn't it? Oh, I'm just throwing a few bits out there.
I hope City win it because I don't want Liverpool to win.
I mean, do you know what?
I think they will.
If they win tonight, obviously that takes it to 7 points, and
which is still doable to bring
because they
back.
were, remember when like the year obviously Gerrard slipped, and I thought they've done it. You remember because they beat City at Anfield. Do you remember?
Yeah, but that was like the Michaelis City. Like when the Michaelis is in your back line, it's a complete different city.
No, but like Liverpool.
I know what you mean.
For them,
I know what you mean.
for
But
them
that was a shocking City side.
Yeah.
Shocking.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, I thought they were going to do it then, and they didn't. And I think the difference between the two sides is, like, City have got players now who have obviously been there, done that from like last year, and they've won it, and they've got the experienced boys like your companies older boys who have done it and won it as well. David Silvers, etc., Aguero, etc. Whereas, like, on the flip side, that's the only thing which I think can catch Liverpool. And obviously, we talk about the depth. And you got to hope, because I was talking to a Liverpool fan yesterday on shout out Footy Says, all the guys on Footy Says. But I was doing a podcast yesterday, and one of the Liverpool boys there, and he was like, "Yeah, do you know what? He thinks they'll win it, Liverpool, but he says in order to do it, they're just gonna need luck. Obviously, you need luck on the pitch, but in terms of injuries, because if
their squad's mad thin.
Like if Van Dijk's out for a prolonged period, they're kind of done. And they're only one or two injuries away from dropping points. So it's like anything, you do need the luck. But it'd be interesting to see even like 4 or 5 games from now, because even 7 points is quite tight. You draw one, you lose one, and all of a sudden it's to 1, and you're thinking, oh, hold on a minute.
With me saying I think Liverpool win, I don't think it's not me saying, oh, like 7 points is too much to be clawed back, because like I said, I think City will still claw it back, and I think it could get as tight as going a point between each other.
Yeah.
But I just feel that Liverpool will push it over the line. I think both teams will drop points, but I think City will drop points, more points between now and the end of the season than Liverpool will.
I'd love it to go to the last day.
Ain't Aguero.
I think
that's the best thing in football.
Every football fan's got to remember exactly where they were on that day.
Where was you?
I was at my sister's house, and I was looking after kids, and I absolutely fobbed that off. And just
and did you want City to win it?
What's that? But that was when, obviously, with QPR.
I was just about to say,
exactly. Yeah. But like, I don't know. But that moment in football was crazy, man.
God, where was you?
We was driving back from Southport Weekender. So I wasn't even watching the game, but I had BlackBerry Messenger, and like on the statuses it was like, oh, United do it again. All the United fans are updating champions.
Remember that BlackBerry Messenger?
And then about a minute later, people are either deleting the statuses, or United fans are like, I can't believe it. So I'm like,
what?
So I've Googled it, and it says Aguero 90th minute. Whatever minute it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, this ain't real. I didn't believe it till I got home and watched Match of the Day. And I just felt this is incredible.
Do you know why it was mad? Yeah? I'll never forget, because we was in Magaluf the end of the season, like, after the playoffs. So all the Hornchurch boys were there, and it was like, and I wanted City to win. So it was like, yeah, look, come, we gotta go and watch this. And we was in this massive place, big screen. And on the big screen, you got all the City fans. So I was sitting out on the front. All the City guys are here. And inside is all United. And Rooney kind of scored early doors. So they're going mental in there. You're buzzing. But when it's 2-2, and you remember, because United finished first.
Yeah, so they're celebrating.
We're all sitting here. And
Phil Jones and Fergie's face.
And all of them, all the United fans rushed out on, like, and we're like, we're giving it. And literally, as soon as they all got there, Aguero!
Yeah.
And then it was just
took
behind
his top
me.
off, he's doing
you couldn't hear anything, and everyone's gone mental. Honestly, it was the best, man. And then I just started, we were going mad, like I'm a City supporter.
No shock Joey Barton got sent off that day, by the way.
Yeah, he reckons he was in control as well. Like, if you read his book, I was totally in control. When he gives the girl,
I don't understand how he never got blacklisted from football.
It's not.
Gaffanelli?
He's not black.
Where is he? Fleetwood?
Is he?
He's at Fleetwood. Yeah, with he was a centre half. Used to play for us. Clint Hill.
Oh, was he?
Clint Hill's assistant or something at Fleetwood. Yeah.
They're probably tight together when they were over there.
Oh yeah, he was at Palace.
QPR.
Who Barton?
Yeah.
That when Zamora scored, he was in that team.
Yeah,
you was there.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, it was funny that day.
Zamora day. Good times.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
Good times. What? Moving on. Arsenal.
What about us?
however many months into it we are now, into Emery's reign, what do we reckon? Are we moving in the right direction? What needs to be changed?
I think
we don't have to talk about Xhaka because that's a given.
Yeah, I think.
Oi. There he is.
That's my bro.
Yeah, oh, nice one.
Daps, what's that?
Nothing. You know, all misogynist, you know that.
What's that?
Nothing. What are we talking about?
Did you just get a trim? Is that why you're late?
No, I've flipping them taxi drivers. Yeah, sorry to cut you off.
No, go on.
Have you not seen the strikes that are going on?
No.
They
Taxi
literally,
strikes?
they literally park in like to protest, like Ubers and stuff like that. So then they done it on Monday. On Tuesday,
Park where though? You said they just park
in the middle of the road,
as you do.
one after each other. So no, they did it on Friday,
Just kick him.
and then they did it again on Monday, and then yesterday, the Ubers did it back. So all just parked up. Today they did it again, causing traffic everywhere. That's why I'm late.
As if they don't get enough money, but that's for a different pod.
Yeah, trust me. What are we talking about?
We're just talking about Arsenal, where we are a few months into Emery's reign.
A lot of people don't like Emery though.
I think we're
A lot of people don't like him.
I think we're in a better position than most. Well, I say it loosely, but most Arsenal fans should have anticipated we'd be.
100%.
I thought we'd be a hell of a lot worse. I'm not saying that we're the finished article. I still think defensively we're probably a little bit worse than we was last season. To be fair, I think keeper wise, I don't have Leno at all. He's a good shot stopper.
Can't come for crosses.
But he's mad suspect.
Do you know what?
He's mad suspect.
People got at me for saying that.
Nah,
I actually
no.
think Czech's
He's-
better than
The reason why
I think
Czech
Czech's
looked
better.
so poor is because he's old school.
Yeah.
Emery's come in and said, I want you to... He can't do that. You just got to play with what you
He's
got
like
at
he's looking
times.
henching his short sleeve now.
Like, when Czech gets the ball, just lump it. But he's trying to buy into what Emery says, but he can't. He physically can't.
He's
Whereas
doing
Leno
it for
can
30
play,
years.
but Leno's reading of the game is terrible. The amount of times balls get hung up and he's in no man's land doing Superman punches. And he's either hitting people in the head or it's going over him.
But do you think that's a little bit... Because remember like when De Gea first come in
Yeah.
and he was a bit dodgy, you know, like the physical side.
It could well be.
Because I think
think
that
that's
like
what it
that's... I think that side of the Prem, it's very hard to just come in and hit the ground
I don't think
running.
that's what it is.
I don't
Because
know.
with De Gea, when he come in, it was like coming for crossing when people are challenging, if you know what I mean. He'll come and he'll just...
He'll come at all costs still. Like, there's
He
times...
just misses it completely.
There's times where you
It
can
might
see
be
it's
like,
probably
it
gone,
might
there's
be
no
like he's
danger.
coming,
No,
but you know, like you go
someone
for a
scored a
header,
goal.
but you're not really going. You know what I mean? You go there, but yeah.
Who scored a goal when
You don't want it.
One eye class.
It's like looped over.
It was against Southampton.
Was it Southampton?
Well, there's been a few, but that's the one that sticks out to me.
And it was just...
That one, I forgot who it was. I think Charlie Austin dinked it. To be fair, it was a combination between him and Koscielny, who's passed it, by the way.
Yeah.
And he's
Bless him.
just hanging in the air like that. And Shane, I think Shane Long's... No, I think it's the other way around. I think it was Shane Long to Charlie Austin.
I think it's coming back, vaguely coming into my head.
But
Nah, it's
yeah,
shocking.
I think Kolasinac going forward is good, but defensively, game by game, he progressively actually gets worse defensively. Lichtsteiner, he needs to retire into the season.
His legs can't do it.
Bellerin, I've never rated. Socrates, I think
he's
he's
our best
decent,
defender, you know.
but he's injured now. Koscielny's past it.
A whole back line's got to go, isn't it?
The thing is, see Mustafi, yeah, he annoys me, but there's still something in him that I believe in. And I want him to stay, but everyone else can go. But you see that Mavro Panas or whatever?
Yes.
I'm telling you,
Yes.
when he comes into the fold properly,
Yeah.
he's going to be a
I
problem.
remember in the back end of last season,
100%. He came, it's only
Man
because
United
he got a red card,
Leicester.
yeah, and then so he got suspended and then he's been injured ever since. But he played 3 back-to-back games and he bossed it.
Yeah.
Like had Lukaku, people are going to say, oh, Lukaku's dog shit, but Lukaku's a physical presence. And he bullied Lukaku all game. I think Lukaku even I think he bullied him so much he injured him. Not saying that's something to be proud of, but you know what I mean? Like it's the presence that he had on the pitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we got to be happy where we are. Like we're 9 points off City, bearing in mind the last 4 or 5 seasons we've been like 30 points off City by the end of the season.
Bearing in mind-
so 9's not bad.
Bearing in mind
We're level on points.
Defend.
We're level on points with Chelsea. I think we're 6 of Spurs or something like that, or maybe a bit less. I can't remember. I think you got to be happy.
I think it's a bit like when people like people, I'm not having him and stuff like that. I think it's a cheek that you allowed, like Wenger got away with it for such a long time, and he's been doing it for a few months. And you got to remember, he's coming in, and I'm talking as well a little bit from like experience as well. Like now, like managing, you come in and you're trying to do something on boys who have been doing something completely different. And do you know what I mean? Like it's been months. He's not even had a season yet. People coming for him.
I think the worst thing that could have happened for Emery was the 23 game unbeaten.
Because then
that sold people a dream. People thought, oh, like, we've turned the corner. Then we've gone through this patch where we win 1, we lose 2, we win 2, we lose 1, da 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 da. And then it's like, no, we can't. And especially like, it's never nice having United turn up at our patch and turn us over so comfortably.
And like Lingard just moonwalking in studs.
Yeah, all of that is a piss take, but it's
the ground tour must have been fuming. Like,
For me, always going to be those sort of matches this season.
I'm happy with Emery. I'm happy with Emery. And what doesn't help him is the fact that he's got no money. Like physically, at least with Wenger, occasionally, like he got Ozil, then he got Sanchez, then he got Aubameyang. We're just getting bare loan signings now.
He's come now, isn't it?
Who's Suarez?
Yeah,
Suarez. I don't know much about him.
Was he? Is he in?
Yeah, he's in. I don't know much about him.
I don't either.
Neither do I. But
we don't need that. We need defenders.
I saw a tweet.
That's true.
Because we've got... Go on.
No, sorry. I saw a tweet saying, imagine Suarez and we're linked with Perisic as well.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
But again,
he won't come.
Yeah, so
I'd like that though. Because he can play wing back. Yeah. Perisic is good.
So then,
no, he's good.
So then he goes, imagine this Perisic, Aubameyang, Ozil, Lacazette on the pitch, all with their hands on their heads because just conceded another goal.
But it's like, it's even like back to the days, like even like last year, I remember when Aubameyang came in, and I remember I even tweeted it saying, oh, like it's a wicked signing and everything, but it's not what we need.
The Perisic one is a little... I wouldn't necessarily say we need Perisic, but because he's a wing back...
Can he defend though?
He can defend.
I don't know.
Yeah. He's not like the world's best.
I know,
but he's attacking. If he came in, even with all of our right wing backs or full backs fit, he'd be the best defensively and the best offensively.
I don't think we're getting him though.
I don't think we'll get him. But like even... The only thing I'd say about Emery is like we clearly need defenders. So he's gone and signed Suarez on loan. There's talks of us getting Carrasco.
Yeah, I see that.
He's good, but we don't need another player going forward.
Yeah.
And there was another one. I forgot that the third name. It will come to me, but yeah. We're just getting loads of players going that way, but we got nothing going that way.
And we're getting them. They're dropping like flies as well, the defenders. Imagine that. 2 people in one game. Who was it?
Socrates and
Koscielny.
Yeah, we need to...
We've got City on Sunday, innit?
Yeah, we're going to get spanked.
Might even be going to that.
I think I was supposed to go, but I'm working. And I didn't fancy taking the day off to watch us lose 5-0.
No, but you get to watch City. That's why I'm going.
Yeah, but I'd rather watch them when I don't have to watch us lose 5-0. We'll get pumped, especially off the back of yesterday.
Who'd you sign though? What centre-half did you sign?
Yeah, it's hard, but...
I'm going to think.
Cahill, and that's really pissing me off.
Yeah, that's just...
I don't want Cahill.
Blasphemy.
That's really pissing me off,
He's
Cahill.
past it. It's got to be... We do need someone, but then it's like... I think even like in training, like literally, we don't even need to work. You see, like our attacking players...
We're talking about centre-backs or anyone across the back four, sorry.
Centre-backs first, but then if you're thinking someone else in
Yeah, I've got a left-back in mind. Sorry, go on.
No, like we just in training as well, I think it just needs to be just everything just focused on defence. When we've lost the ball, this is what we do. Let's just be hard to break down. Because we're not... Like, if you go pound for pound, like, say, like, Man City. Like, Man City won the league last year. Like, cruise control. But if you go pound for pound, you wouldn't say... Like, for me, they've not got the best right back in the league. They ain't got... Do you see what I'm saying? Like, Delph played majority of the season there. He's not a left back. You got Otamendi, who's very, very suspect. Like, we've got kind of players who are not the best. But if everything's well drilled, not necessarily even just them, but even further forward in midfield, but if we're working together as a team to stop teams scoring, I think that's what we need to do. Because I think we got enough in the tank to just, like, literally off the cuff going forward. We've got world-class operators who we're going to score goals.
City a beast, though, isn't it? Like, in transition, like, when they lose the ball high.
Do you know what wound me up yesterday, yeah? Yesterday, I was at work. And I'm listening to, on Sky Sports, whatever. And like, they was like, Ozil's come back into the fold. Captain. He hasn't done anything today. I've even noticed him touch the ball. So I'm thinking to myself, and that's the power of the media. I'm thinking to myself, Ozil, man, you can't be doing this again.
Then you watched it.
I watched the full game today.
Yeah.
I finished this well.
He didn't have a bad game, did he?
Fam, he ran the show
He
differently.
didn't have a bad game.
I was thinking to myself, wait a minute.
It's so pointless
I was
hearing that.
thinking, what game would they? Because he was proper stringing it up. He didn't get an assist, but he was stringing up the game.
Controlled the game.
And
Like, he's dropping into
and the thing
stupid
is-
pockets, like things where he's letting the ball run. You're like, oh, he's lost it. But just based on what you heard, innit, you're thinking, this is going to be where he's lost it. He's getting it back from Torreira. He's fizzing it in. He's getting it back. He had a good game. I know it's Cardiff. And
To be fair, Emery's come out and said he did everything that he asked of him today.
Ozil done all right.
He
But
did everything.
the media's criticised him. I got 3 defenders for you, by the way.
That's his type of game he shines in, though, Ozil, isn't it? Cardiff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
No,
the thing
but
is,
the thing is, even when he does shine, the media will still act like he hasn't done it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like they love to. He's come off and they're like, "How do you think he's done?" And then the commentator on the stream I was watching was saying, "He's coming. He's done all right. He hasn't lit the game on fire, but he's been a bit underwhelming overall." And I'm just watching that. No, he hasn't. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's culture.
But
But
then
if he looked
Ramsey-
like he was straining himself,
But then Ramsey comes for 2 minutes. He does 100-meter sprint,
there you go.
and then it's just like this is
That's
the
our-
intensity.
that's our
you want
culture.
from
That's
Ozil.
our culture,
that's
man.
literally the
culture.
phrase that they
This
always
is the
say.
intensity you want from Ozil.
But when you're saying the Cardiff here, but what people need to understand, especially because I think, as an Arsenal fan myself, I think we're some of the most fickle fans out there. When it's big games, no one turns up. So we can't just say Ozil because he was dubbed as world class at one point, or he came from Madrid, or he came for a certain price tag. Because there's games where, well, not even some games. You look at every game this season, bar the Spurs game, Cardiff at their place, and I think another one. Aubameyang's been terrible consistently. He scored goals, but he's been terrible. But no one digs him out because he gets goals.
Of course.
But it's the same thing. So if Ozil's scored more goals than because look at that period. Was it this? I think it was last season, or was it the beginning of this season? And he scored a few goals, like 3 or 4.
Ozil.
And everyone, Ozil's back to his best just because he's scoring.
Yeah.
But that's what people
But
base
it's
it on.
nonsense. But it's nonsense.
Of course it is. But that's what it's based off.
But like, see,
Aubameyang ain't been like setting
Aubameyang-
the world alight. But he just
Aubameyang
and look
has
at
a-
his
But
goals.
he's doing his job though. That's
He is.
That's the
He
thing,
is.
innit?
But things
paid
better.
for it.
Lacazette for me is
Yeah.
Lacazette
We're a
messes
better,
with me.
we're a better
Lacazette
team
can
with
play,
Lack
man.
in the side.
It's very rare that you can get a striker that can do both. You're either good going that way or good dropping deeper, or you're better at one. But he's literally equal to both. When he
Clever, man.
his hold up play is stupid. Even yesterday, no, you see the goal against where we was watching it. Who did they play at that pub in Chelsea?
Yeah.
They fizzed the ball into
When was
him,
this?
and you think,
Just a couple of weeks ago.
Well, his first touch.
yeah,
And then
well,
he
his
scored.
first 3 touches,
oh,
yeah,
oh, you two watched it together.
Yeah.
they
Thanks for the invite.
you had
So-
a game, but they fizzed it into
Oh.
him, and you think he's gonna lose it. And he first
for the
touch
goal.
killed it, yeah.
Yeah.
Second
Yeah,
one
yeah,
out
yeah,
of his
yeah,
feet,
yeah.
third one top bins. It was similar yesterday. He didn't score, but he does it all the time. Like Mango was up his ass. He's touched it,
Very
touched
quickly
it again, and
on
he got
that.
crunched.
Very quickly on that, yeah. Do you have to go down there to get a pen?
You have
really.
to, because yesterday was the same thing.
Yeah.
He got rattled
I ain't
twice.
seen it,
He got
but
rattled
you have
twice
to.
by Manga. The first one, I think he could have stayed on his feet, and he did. The second one, he raked down the back of his Achilles, and he
What
went
did
down.
do?
And
Oh, he went down.
well, he had to. You got raked down the back of the Achilles. You couldn't stand up after that.
Yeah, it's just you can't. It's weird now. In any football, you have to like proper go down. Sometimes even oversell it.
Got 3 defenders across the back
Ballistic's got a
that are
question
cheap. Okay,
about,
we'll do this.
about Pep.
Shout out Ballistic.
Pep looking like he won't do the double. Are we still calling City's current team the greatest Premier League team?
I don't think they were anyway.
Nah, they're up there, but it's hard to say.
They're definitely out
the
there, but
greatest.
I wouldn't say they're the greatest.
The only thing you can say the greatest is like based on the stats, but I hate going off stats. Do you know what I mean?
I thought you were a stat man, to be fair.
Right.
I'm a
But
scat man.
you have to put them up. You have to put them up there as one of, because if you look at the other teams who you'd put up there as the best, like pound for pound, they're better than that City team.
But then
Like,
do you...
City are flawed.
But then do you put...
Why?
What do you mean?
Why are pound for pound the other greatest team?
Like, to say, we kind of debated this one like long time before, but like the Invincibles, for example. So
If you go player for player, I think more Arsenal players get into the City team than the City team into the Arsenal
like
team.
that? Yeah.
I think so.
I think like if you go for actual joy to watch this game, I watch football because like
I'd still go with Invincibles.
Is it?
Yeah, I think I'll
No. You need to watch. We'll do it one day. We'll watch an Invincibles game and we'll watch a City game.
Yeah, let's set that up.
The enjoyment,
It's evolved,
maybe
man.
City on a whole, like
I think it's
the
Arsenal,
whole
you know?
team. The whole team is more enjoyable, but
the
that
build
left
up,
side,
what?
that left side of Arsenal was nuts.
No, I think that's more the
Ashley
coaching in
Perez,
you lot.
Henry.
Maybe.
I think that's more the coaching that you lot can see like where the work's been done on the pitch and that. Me just watching it as a football fan, like I think of games like you remember that goal that Ashley Cole scored against Villa and stuff like that.
When he loved it.
When Bergkamp,
and in the blue kit.
Yeah,
Blue
like,
O2
I'm thinking
kit.
of goals like that. I'm thinking of games against like Middlesbrough when we come back 3-1 down.
I'm
to win,
thinking-
to win
I
5.
suppose it's in your preference because Man City do like 52 pass goals and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's
That's what I'm
hard,
saying.
man.
No, that's.
And they
I think City,
runs off the ball. Like
I think City
All the
as
goals are
a
the same. I think that's what it is.
City as a
What's that?
With City, all the
collective.
goals are the same.
I think City as a collective was more impressive. But the thing that with us, like with City, is like City will just drain you. Like I said, they'll have 50 passes, boom, 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 boom. Then they'll spring to life and get a goal. Whereas Arsenal, they'll be under the cosh and they'll just out of nowhere 10 passes and it's a goal. Like, look at that goal against Liverpool. That wasn't the unbeaten season, but do you remember the one against
Vieira.
when we lost?
We lost
when Mella or whatever his name scored.
Oh, no.
The
Third man run, it
Was
was
that Vieira as well?
and Carragher just done a spinneroonie because he couldn't cope with the movement.
Yeah. With
Perez, Henry, and Vieira.
Into
Like, stuff like that.
Out to
Even
Perez.
when we won the league at Shite Hart Lane,
Yeah, both
that
goals.
third man run
Yeah.
and Vieira, and it was
What do you know? It's hard. Do you know why I can't?
maybe it's a little bit biased because I'm Arsenal, but
For me, I'd have to go City.
I'd
And the only
say
reason I'd have to
Invincibles.
is because like I can't remember the games fully that long ago, and my
I
mind of
remember
how I
the-
look
the
at football
Invincibles.
now
Yeah,
is different
exactly.
to how I looked at it then.
Yeah.
So it's like now I watch it and
but
I'm
saying
like,
that, so
wow,
you
take it all in.
But you're saying exactly. So you're saying that. So if the Invincibles happen now, maybe you'd have a greater appreciation.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like you see, like you're saying, like to go back and watch it. I'd like to watch
I'd
it
love
to
to.
see
Yeah, I'd
the
love to.
differences.
I've got to be fair. I've got the. It's only.
But that's
it's
what
not
it
full
is.
games.
It's the goals,
But
innit?
I've got the.
I'd watch
the
that.
DVD. It's like an hour and a half of the. No, 2 hours. 49 unbeaten DVD. Still
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah,
That was a wicked.
I might watch
Someone's
it
got to
tonight
have the game.
still.
No? We'll get a game somewhere.
YouTube's got to have something.
What game would you pick though?
Just random, pick one out, and then random pick one of City,
Yeah.
and then we do random 5 games.
I think with City though, because all the goals are the same to me. Like, I know what's gonna happen. Like pass.
I'm not taking anything away
They're
from
gonna do it
City.
here, overload
But I
onto
think-
that side, left back, or
But-
Sané gonna cut it back post.
But do you know what? It's
Sterling finish.
hard as well.
There's probably a blueprint.
yeah, like, you know what the
But do you know
goal's
what?
gonna be
It's hard as in like because like you look at Arsenal and you see like you're saying like we could be under the caution and so it's like classic counter-attacking you're left open to go and exploit the spaces and we had a lot of power and pace in the team.
And maybe as well, it's like with City, you expect him to win game. There was games where we was losing. Like I don't think I've really seen a game this season anyway where City have been behind and they've been up against it and brought it back. They've just either dominated games.
Leon, no?
I didn't see that game to be fair.
That was a big game.
To be fair,
Oh, wicked game.
I haven't
Wicked
seen
game.
any
Yeah,
Champions.
yeah,
that was a
I've
big
barely watched Champions
Like
League.
Leon are
BT
dangerous.
Sport now.
Dangerous.
BT.
Some BT.
Absolutely.
I didn't know
BT
they were that good, you know, until
Dangerous.
they come up against City.
They're in thing now, innit?
Athletic,
Europa.
tactically astute,
I'm not even
young,
sure.
hungry,
I think they're in
technical.
Europa now.
Like they're good to watch.
I think they're in Europa, so I'll
Put
probably
some
watch them.
on for me.
Can you not remember a game, where it was Arsenal back in the day against West Brom, I think it was, and we were down to 10 men, losing 1-0, and Vieira literally just no, you won't remember that. We won 2-1.
You have to give me like a
Yeah.
season of
Yeah.
other players.
That's
or-
what Spence does. He just reels off seasons off the top of his head.
That's what I need.
We were under
there's a
it,
lot of
and
times when
literally-
Vieira just
Bro,
can do that.
Loads of
Yeah,
times.
serious.
He was a geezer, man.
But he was nuts.
Imagine going to Bernabeu like we did. When we were, and you know,
But
a
that-
lot of
that
people just
finish
think of
by
that Henry goal.
Yeah.
But you know, we could have proper like battered
100%.
them.
Yeah.
That whole Champions League, it was so nuts. Like, we were so bad in the Prem. And that Champions League campaign.
And that was the first kind of proper time we started to tail off in the league. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was
Before
the
it was
first
like,
season.
We were first, second.
Bruv, it was nuts. Because even I went to the Arsenal Madrid
I remember.
at Highbury.
Head loss.
And I remember, side note, but I remember there was a ball proper coming from like the heavens.
You saw Jesus coming down on it.
Coming down, there was a light shining down and Zizou just came out. And when I mean, you know, they're not even a touch, but when they say he plucked it,
Yeah.
like it proper, it's like a
Velcro.
Velcro foot. Bang, just brought it down and played it. and I put my hands on my head, and everyone around me was just like, oh, I was thinking, we need to appreciate things. Like, this is inhumane. Huh?
Matters touched the other day.
No. I didn't even know he was getting games. I knew he played yesterday.
Matters, there was one with the ball so high, and the way he's just, I need to find it. The way he's just plucked it out of the air.
Yeah, I love them touches. But that game, we dominated Madrid. Dominated them. We went, but over 2 legs, dominated Juve.
Yeah.
Dominated Villarreal.
Yeah, we had a good...
Nah, not over 2 legs, Villarreal.
We did.
No, the one at their ground.
At their ground, I think
at their ground, they moved to us.
I remember feeling under the cosh. Because they missed
us.
a pen in it last minute. Do you remember?
Yeah.
They saved one in it. I remember the majority of the tournament, we was moving to teams.
Enough.
But Ed, what do you reckon about all the stuff with the Chelsea young boys? As you deal with young boys.
Ask you about that, like Hudson-Odoi and them, man.
I think it'd be good for him to go, innit? He's got to go.
Got to go.
He's got to be better than to play.
I think it's poor from Sarri to like refuse the transfer request and keep him. Because you should only do that knowing that he fits what you want going forward. And I don't think he does. Because he doesn't get hardly any game time.
Yeah, it's difficult, but I think what Sarri's thinking of is if any of his players get injured, then he's going to need him. And
then Pedro comes in.
What's that?
Pedro gets more games than...
Yeah, true. I still think he feels he's going to need him for squad depth.
because they signed that geezer from...
He's not coming into the end of the year, isn't he?
What, the Dortmund?
Yeah.
They put him back out, innit?
Yeah, he's gone back on loan. Yeah, so I think...
I just don't
Wasn't he
think
coming in January? He was meant to be.
No, they got him and sent him back.
Fam,
To Dortmund.
He's only made 5 league appearances and he hasn't started one of them.
I've not seen him. Is he?
Yeah, he can play.
He can play.
that guy?
I know on FIFA he's alright.
No, I remember him from the
tournament.
yeah.
I remember he done a rainbow flick over someone's head when he was an under 14, and I was just like, you know what I
Do
mean?
you legit watch under 14, under 15 matches?
What's that?
Like,
Back in the day, yeah.
but would you still watch it now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what
18s.
Oh, you do 18s?
Yeah.
But if there's if you know that 2 teams are playing under 14, would you?
I wouldn't just go. No, he was playing against us. That's the only reason.
Okay.
He was just murdering us, to be honest with you. Yeah, him and another guy, the other kids playing in America now. He was just big.
Do you
when
remember
he was
the left
young.
back in the final for England? Because those are the 3 that I said were nuts.
Sessegnon.
No, it wasn't him. No. It was Odoi, Foden, or pulling strings.
It was you that was saying this, and you couldn't think of the other one.
Yeah, and there was a left back. I'm sure he was left back or right back. I'm pretty sure it was a left back, kind of light skinned guy, but he defensively was nuts.
What was it? 17s.
It was whatever age group it was when he won the World Cup.
Yeah, 17s.
Is there anyone?
sure
Ed, do
he
you know,
was the
like
left back.
watching any? Is there any kid that you've watched like in a match or something, and they've come? Not probably they ain't gonna bust the prem, but they're knocking doors.
What, an under 18 game?
In any even a 14, 15-year-old, and you look and say, he looks decent, and he's pushing now. Like if you saw Foden, let's say, as a 13, 14-year-old, is there any boys?
Well, I see Foden and Sancho when they were 15s at this tournament in Mallorca, and they dominated it. Sancho got player of the tournament. They played against they play against Barcelona in the final, and it's a good tournament. And then there was about 4,000 fans there, and they were going mad about Sancho because he gets a crowd to their feet, sort of thing. So you could tell with them too. And then I knew the City coach at the time, and he was funny. He was saying we're buying all these players from Spain and all these and all that, but our best player, he's from down the road in Stockport, and he just comes with he's a little kid. He looks about 2 years younger than he is, and he just comes with a ball all the time, and he's always happy. And that was Phil Foden, you know what I mean? He said, trust me, he'll make it. He'll go
Do you
far.
think he's good enough to play in that City team?
I think
No.
so. I think he is.
He's
I
got
don't
to
think
be
he
better
will play.
I'm so happy you said that. I don't think he is.
I think he is.
But only for the reason, I think he's going to be a fantastic player, and he is. But you've got to be better than the best in the world. That's it. You've got to be better than De Bruyne and got to be better than Silva to play.
Football shows that you don't.
But to get into that team, he'll have to, wouldn't he?
Not necessarily, because Ramsey doesn't play over Xhaka, and Ramsey's better. Every midfielder on our bench is better than Xhaka. So, do you see what I mean? I get what you're saying.
No, but
and logic would say you're right.
If Ramsey doesn't start over him, there's going to be games where Ramsey will start.
Or Xhaka's the only player
but there will be
when he's
games
not banned
where
that plays every game.
And Ramsey gets solid game time, so he might not start. He'll get at least half hour, 40
Foden's
minutes.
too young. I think Foden. I think
Foden.
he's crazy.
He's 18.
I think he's good, but I don't think he's like,
think he's
as
crazy.
good as everyone's. Well,
I think he's class.
I think he's
but
crazy.
just for the fact that it's the same with Callum Hudson. Like, he's got to be better than Willian. And he's got, like, why are you, if you're a manager, why are you going to play this kid? Why?
Because
he's got to be better.
You might not necessarily be better, but you might be in a better vein of form. Like Pedro or Willian or De Bruyne or Silva, they might go 2 or 3 games not performing.
But
And that's the perfect time to bring Foden in. If he's performing in training, obviously it's complete 2 different contrasts. But if he's doing a bit in training and these guys ain't pulling it in 2 to 3 games, why not bring him in?
Ain't it more
Instead
like
of bringing him in
If
last
you feel
10
you
minutes,
can, if you
why
feel you
not?
can trust him, then yeah.
And that's
Like, what he's
going to
do out of possession.
It's trust.
I think that's what it is. It's trust. I don't think it's more of a he's
It
better
is trust.
than what we got.
No, I don't think he's definitely not better than what they have at the moment. But I think he has enough to come in for 30 minutes and control the game as opposed to just giving him the last 8 minutes or giving him a Carling Cup run.
He's got the ingredients, don't he? So hopefully he
He
gets his
just needs
chance
to
and he
lose
develops.
He needs to lose that slit in his eyebrow. Be a complete
quicker.
player. Yeah.
Do you know, it's hard, like, with the trust thing, because that's kind of like, that's where it just goes sideways for majority of the
All
clubs.
the time.
Because there's just no time in football,
That's
especially
what
in the
it
Prem
is.
now.
Yeah. It's the
I was
time factor.
I was listening to the podcast when I come last time. Yeah, it was 2017, like before the summer, and we were talking about managers' shelf life, saying it's 11 months.
Yeah.
All right. Now think back to then. Yeah, how many managers are still in the job since then?
Pep,
Yeah,
Klopp,
yeah.
Daesh,
Pochettino,
Daesh and Poch,
Daesh.
Eddie Howe.
That's about almost as far as I got. I got
Brighton
about
manager.
8.
Brighton manager's still there.
Oh yeah.
Houghton.
Houghton.
Wolves.
Wolves are in the Prem.
Wolves changed.
Are we
You're just
talking
talking
about just
about
Prem? Or
What's that?
are we talking about just Prem teams?
Yeah.
Would we classify the current Prem? Because
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, go
the
on.
Wolves
Yeah,
manager's
that's cool.
still there.
Was he there in 2017?
Yeah. At 7. Who's not United.
United
trying to
changed,
just
Chelsea
work my way
changed.
down.
I think,
Yeah.
That's it.
I think I worked out. I
Everton
thought it was something like
changed.
40%.
Everton
Yeah, I
changed.
think that's it.
Yeah, so 60% of the managers in the Premier League since I was last on the show are gone.
That's mad.
That's crazy.
Out of their job, like, or gone to another
I'm
job.
still
But they
thinking
got.
as well.
It's mad, isn't it?
No
Like,
time.
no time. Like you're saying, no time whatsoever. So you ain't gonna wait for Callum Hudson-Odoi to tuck round, are you? When the ball's over the other side of the pitch.
Yeah,
When
but that's
Pedro
where it's
knows it.
difficult because
That's
it's
so
like if he goes and makes a mistake, like I'm out of a job potentially.
No,
innit?
100%. I get that, but in my argument is like Dortmund and Bayern, they don't necessarily have that much patience for managers either. But they're giving the likes of Sancho a chance. Bidding 35 million for Hudson-Odoi.
But they're in terms of like their managers, like their turnovers, surely not as much as that.
Bayern's pretty bad.
Bayern had Ancelotti for
In
a
a lot-
little bit.
Not a little, for probably about 2. They
Ancelotti
had
wasn't
Pep
there
for
for
about
long.
2 seasons. Ancelotti for 2, maybe less. They had. Did they have Allegri? Or am I
No,
making it up?
I forgot.
Tuchel.
I can't pronounce his name. Hyenk.
They had Thing.
The one who done the trouble.
Thinkers.
Not Van Dijk. What's that guy?
Van Gaal.
They
No,
had
but
Van.
When was that?
They had Van Gaal.
They did have Van
That was
Gaal.
before Ancelotti and Pep.
He was like,
Okay.
I'll tell you a story
Okay.
about Van Gaal after. It's funny.
yeah.
The turnaround isn't as bad. But yeah.
Let me see what else someone.
Yeah, no, it's nuts.
So, question for Spence. How is management going for Spence? Is there anything he used to complain about as a fan player that he now understands better as a manager?
It's a good question.
1,000,000%. Who's that
Just
question?
start still ballistic.
A shout out ballistic. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm trying to think. What would I moan at?
Game time.
What do you mean, like game time?
Like giving certain players game time. Do you get players to come up to you complaining about game time?
No, we haven't, to be fair. But I'll tell them. Do you know? I just try and keep everything as honest as I can. I think as well because I haven't stopped like playing not too long ago, so I still kind of got like player mode. Do you know what I mean?
Would you say that like when you're going to make a sub,
Yeah.
there are certain players who just no matter how the game's going, you just know they have to come on.
Yeah, and there's certain I'll look and be like, in my head I'll have an idea and say, very last resort, this person's going to come on.
Very last resort.
Very last resort. Or if we're comfortable in the game, I can, again, coming back to trust, I trust him to come on. But there's certain man that if the game's tight, I'll look and I think, can I trust him to come in and do what I need?
Do you think the player knows, like, can sense that?
He might.
But why not just chuck him in and give him that ultimate?
I can't take... No, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, I can't take that chance. Do you know what? My thing is as well, yeah, because like obviously I'm like doing the managing, but before that I'm a coach. So my job is always to improve the players. So anytime when we're at training or like for example, one of the boys' mums recorded like majority of the game. So like earlier today, I'm just going through it, like good things, bad things. So I will send clips out to the boys. Look, see here, look, this is what you needed to do, or this is what we needed. So I want the boys to get better. It's not like they're just sitting down. Because if they just stay there, then they're never going to play because they're never going to be able to do what I do or what I need. Do you see what I'm saying?
Does their training, how they train, actually affect match day squads for that weekend?
We have an idea based on... it just depends on who we're playing as well. So it might be like they're weak. Like they've got a weak left back. And he tackles, like, I might watch a clip or something and I notice he's a bit dodgy if you come inside.
Okay, but if you've got an idea of who you want to play,
yeah,
and then someone has trained like well that weekend or that week, can they force their way into
potentially? Yeah, number one, you have to be at training. There's sometimes where boys who was going to start couldn't come training on the Thursday, so then they're on the bench Saturday. So, like, that's kind of it out the window. Not necessarily out the window, but you got to be there, number one, innit? I'm there. You know what I mean? And I was like, I know everyone's got a life and that, but so do I. But if I can be there, you can be there.
Didn't you have a game yesterday?
No, we had just training.
So how come you were tweeting? I mean, you was talking in the group or something?
No, I put a picture of us in the gym or something.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah. But no.
No, I think before, wasn't it?
No, what's today?
Yeah, because yesterday you looked like you were like
What day's
active
today?
in the group.
Wednesday. No.
I don't even know what year it is.
Wait, say the question again one more time. Sorry.
How's management going for you? Is there anything you used to complain about as a fan player that you now understand better as a manager?
I think, like, you know, when we used to, like, I used to get onto Wenger a lot as well. Like, no, why is this person playing and why are we doing this and why are we doing that and things don't look like it's changed. And like we were going through a period where we're trying to like play out the back and stuff, and in training, wicked, it's looking good. We do it in like have friendlies and it's working, it's looking good, and then you come to the game, it's just a different pressure. All of a sudden you see different things, people not showing, not going into areas that they're supposed to go, defenders not splitting and it's not moving this guy for this to come in.
No, I'm just thinking of more questions. So go on.
Like, so that side of it, like, I'm a bit more sympathetic towards the managers because now I understand, like, it's not as easy as just put a team out because you got to manage 11 boys and
in, basically,
and all the rest. Wenger out. Wenger out. And if I ever start doing that, put a bullet to my head, bro.
Or Diallo.
Don't keep me in for no reason.
What are you going to do if someone comes to the match with a banner saying Spence out?
Your head would go through.
My head will go, but I don't think, do you know what? I don't think it would come
more
to that.
so that they have time
at that level.
at that level to be producing signs. They must really despise you.
Look, and then like I've chucked everything, like my heart and soul's in there. So whatever happens, whenever like the journey ends, like it's the best I could do, and we'll look back and see where we are.
Oh, going up.
You're but you're gonna piss someone off, innit?
You have to.
You're always gonna piss
Can't be
someone
everyone's
off.
best
You ain't doing it properly.
Like we always say. I mean, we're in the talks now where we had the combo. Look, a couple men are gonna have to go, but that's how it has to be. End of the day, like the team comes before everyone. Before me, everyone, the team has to come first, and that's how I want the players' mindset as well. If you're not playing, but what's good as well, I'm gonna send you the clip where, you know, the one I sent you where we scored the second goal on Saturday. So we score, but there's a lot of players that are in shot. So I'll rewind it back just to see what everyone does when the goal goes in, and you know when you can see like it means so much to them. So I look and I think like these are boys that I can trust. I would like to keep these boys on at the club.
So if there was someone that didn't celebrate, was it Pep that did that?
Yeah,
you got someone in the crowd
to watch like how you carry yourself on the side. Not necessarily, I'm gonna release you, but I just kind of keep an eye and think, you know, like obviously we all want to play. It's football in it, and we've all got our own ego, but we're trying to do something together. So if there's, it's like a cancer as well. You know what I mean? If one person's there and he's having a moan up on the side, and he's like, I'm not playing, and they score, you could have.
Would you have said
chop it
would
off.
you have said you were ready for that job before? Okay, so with saying that, you see when people say like Eddie Howe, he's a good manager, but when it comes to like the top jobs, he's not even in like the reckoning, whatever you say. Yeah. Like, do you think now, being in your position, it's worth that step up and just going for it and giving them a chance?
It's different because I was fortunate where I played at the club. People knew, like some of the boys know who I am. Yeah, Michael Spencer. I'm older than them boys. And I come with experience. I played a lot of games. I won a few bits. So when I'm talking, they're taking it on board. Eddie Howe ones and that, it's difficult. Because say like Eddie Howe went Man United now. Not necessarily, have Man United, I'm trying to think of their team. Or like at the time when Moyes, let's say when Moyes goes United, like Moyes hasn't done anything, no offence to him. And then he's gone and we're dealing with them egos.
To go to a club like United, to go to any top club, you would not saying it's right, but you'd have to come with a mad reputation, either as a player or as a coach. And so he has neither. What he's done at Bournemouth is nuts. But people will just be like, he'll go to United and people, especially players like Pogba, they'll probably look at Howe and just be like, who's this guy?
I hear what you're saying, but because like, at what point do they get given those jobs then?
They don't.
When he, just as simple as that.
Look at the track record. The last time a big club has given a nobody as such a club was Wenger back in whatever year that was, and Fergie back in whatever year that was.
I'm sure he's been a thing.
No.
Ranieri. He was when it...
Chelsea were nobody then.
Yeah, he got them before.
Chelsea
remember, the money got
nobodies
pumped
then.
in while he was there.
Okay.
Chelsea were nobodies then. You look at Liverpool.
Brendan
was a nobody, and no disrespect to Liverpool, they hadn't done anything in the Prem ever since the Prem existed.
Well, yeah, they haven't.
Do you see what I mean? No, historically they've been a successful team, but with now I think there's more pressure on Liverpool because of their resurgence. But at the time where he came in, it was like, I don't even think they were playing Champions League football when Brendan Rodgers came in. So again, there's no pressure there. Do
you know what it is? Like, I think the only proper way in, like if you're that type of a manager, is
bringing
you. No, basically, yeah. Like, I get the job at
you
Cardiff,
clout.
and I bring in. Like, you might have been doing something. You've done your thing at that level, but I know you. I'm like, nah, Jay, come in. I want you to be my number 2.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, and I get the sack or I get moved on, and you need a caretaker manager, and you come in and you kind of showcase yourself. You know what? You've done enough, and then all of a sudden, that's on your CV.
See,
and you're that level kind of manager.
100%.
Otherwise, it's difficult. Man.
Even social, I think social going in, I think a lot of people turn their noses up based on what he done at Cardiff. But if you just look at what he's done since he's coming, he brought Mike Phelan back into the fold.
Yeah.
So that's like a Fergie feel to it.
Yeah.
And even just the way he conducts himself based on him as, like, he achieved a hell of a lot as a player. And although he hasn't achieved much as a manager, he's coming. It's just it's his actions, who he's brought in, and then what he said from the get-go.
Who got rid of Mike Phelan? Or did he go?
I think he left. I don't know if he got rid of or he left, but I think it was under...
Was it Mourinho?
No. I think it was under David Moyes. I think. Don't quote me on that.
Maybe. I think
it might
who
be
did
Mourinho.
Moyes bring? No, did Moyes have
Maybe under
gigs?
Van Gaal.
No, because I think, remember when Mourinho come and he didn't want gigs?
Moyes and Van Gaal had gigs.
I remember he didn't want gigs.
Nah, they both had gigs.
Mourinho?
Oh, not Mourinho, sorry. I thought you said Moyes. Moyes and Van Gaal had gigs. Mourinho fucked him off.
Too right. But
But like, but even like social, like when you're talking, there's like, oh yeah, top 4, and he's just like, I don't even care about top 4. He goes, I just want to win things. He goes, I was a Man United player, and as a Man United player, we was just taught, you go every game, you win, and you try and win every competition you possibly can. And he goes, that's me as a manager, there's no difference. He goes, I've come in now and I've told these boys, obviously, we're not going to win the league, but you play as if you're going to win that league. And then it becomes like
it's a mindset,
force of nature.
Yeah, it's like
and then you just get into that habit. So then that's why they go into the Emirates and they're turning us over. even yesterday, like they would have lost that game.
Yeah. To be fair, when I see it 2-0,
7 minutes to go,
I thought it was dead and buried.
Felt like
and his response when they scored the last kick of the game, he didn't run up and down celebrating. He's just there, catch. Because he's in his head, he's thinking, well, we shouldn't have been 2 down in the first place. We should be winning these games.
What do you do, right, if you're the Arsenal fullbacks and with 20 minutes to go, Martial and Rashford come on?
Fake an injury.
Chaos. It's chaos.
Hold your hand, go down.
You know what?
Get
I
out,
was
get
watching
me
that
off.
match,
When you're going for it, you're going for the game.
When that
You're
happened, you knew he
outbalanced
was
all-
done. You knew he was
You know when I was
done.
watching that match, and then I'm thinking, no, we can find a way back in this.
Nah,
We can.
and-
The moment I saw Rashford and Martial, they didn't even do like 10 minutes apart or anything. Both of them at the same time. I
shotguns.
just said,
Before
Just brought out the shotgun.
before the
Straight
game
headless.
started, I said, there's no way we're winning this game.
it's
I just
headless.
My-
the form they
my
were
heart
in
wanted
and
him.
how poor we are at the back, we was never going to
My
win.
heart was like, go on Arsenal.
He's a breath of fresh air, though, isn't he?
Lukaku looked like
For
Robin.
Man United. He
Lukaku
gives
looked
them
like
players freedom.
Do you think long term? Do you think he's just interim, or do you think?
Yeah, I'm not
go on,
sure.
Ole?
It's that same one. Like, who do you bring in? I think
I think they'll give it to him.
first and
I
foremost,
feel it'd be a big
I
mistake
think
to get him.
United over the last couple of years, they've lost their identity a little bit. They've lost their culture.
That's why
and
I
that's
think
what
they'll
he
keep
brings.
That's what Billy was
That's why I
saying on
think
the
they'll
phone,
keep
innit?
him.
Bill was saying
That's
that.
why
Do you know
I
what I
think
mean?
they'll
And they're giving freedom. And it was Danny, one of my mates, Dan. Like, he was talking about how good Rashford is, and like we think about how good he could be as a young English player. But he was restricted, wasn't he? But now the shackles are off. Do you know what I mean? He's
I like
dangerous,
Rashford a lot.
man.
Yeah, that miss yesterday was an absolute howler.
I haven't seen it.
Howler.
What, open goal?
Nah, but it's like he fizzes it into Lukaku. And to be fair to Lukaku, he shows good feet, rolls it back to him, and all he's got to do is put it either side of the keeper.
Do you think
And it looks like he tries to dink it and it just goes off for a throw.
Do you think he can go on to become like one of the world's best strikers?
I don't know. I don't know if he'll get that.
Who, Rash?
Get to that upper crust, but I
I
don't know.
think he could be in the bracket.
The next one.
Yeah.
Below,
There's the world's best and then there's everyone else.
You see that
And
he's-
then there's just the
how old is he?
basics. You must be what, 20? 21?
I think
At
it's
what
21
age do you
out-
think?
21
Yeah,
out.
When did he come on again? Like on the scene?
What, 2
Against
years?
us. His first game was
Yeah,
against
was
us.
that was 3 years ago?
No,
wasn't it?
no, that was the
it must
second
have
game,
been
I think.
two.
Oh, he played
He played
Europa.
against us.
Yeah.
He played against us in the Youth Cup 3 seasons ago.
I'd say,
How was he?
I'd
And
say
you
he's-
wouldn't have thought,
Serious?
but
Did he
I'd-
look good?
I'd say he's 20
what's
now.
that? You could tell he had some speed and that, but you wouldn't have thought like, oh my god. But that's football, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I
What
think
did
he's
Harry
20
Kane do
now.
at Leicester,
Yeah.
and Norwich, and
Orient and that, yeah.
It's funny, like if you look at them, Tammy Abraham has been way more successful than Harry Kane up until his age now. What's that,
Imagine that.
imagine 21, 22, and he scored way more goals than Harry Kane did before that. Do you know what I mean? It's funny.
And now
I know,
he's
it's
just-
like-
But then next
Championship,
season,
yeah.
Chelsea won't take him on.
they won't. What is
They-
he top scorer in the championship?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's
No, he is.
racking him.
He just didn't-
He
obviously-
scored 2 the other day to make him.
He just had a bit of a mare at Swansea last year, innit? But they weren't. How many chances were they creating? Really,
But
it's
it's
a funny one.
No, at Swansea he was missing good
Was he-
opportunities. He was missing good opportunities. Because I'm a Tammy Abraham fan, and when he started off with like 3 and 5 or whatever, and I thought yes. And I was watching more of their games, and he was missing sitters.
Oh.
Championship, naturally, you're gonna get more opportunities, especially because he's that type of like he's quick, he's powerful, and Championship, I don't think the standard's that great. So he's always
Getting better, I think.
Yeah, I said that the other day.
It's getting
I don't know.
there's a few teams at the top,
I don't
but
know.
on a whole,
I don't know. I think that league is just so unpredictable. Never
Yeah,
bet.
yeah.
If you're a betting man, never bet on the championship.
like,
Never.
there's a couple teams.
But he's got.
Leeds,
Championship.
No, I don't think. Oh yeah,
Leeds
yeah,
are top, mate, yeah,
Norwich,
Leeds are top.
but it's tight. Leeds
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
Norwich.
Because Norwich
No,
dropped.
Is that a recent thing?
Yeah, Leeds are top.
Yeah, because Norwich were top, but then they drew against whoever they drew against on Saturday,
They can't.
and
they,
Leeds beat Rotherham.
They ain't gonna keep that up, man. He's driving them, man.
Who?
I spoke to some Leeds staff, and they're having 4 days off every 6 weeks. Do you know what I mean? They've got. He said, "Oh, the worst is the analysts. Like this guy, he works in the academy. I was talking to him, and he said they get in there. The analysts get in at like 7 a.m. or 6:45, and the academy do their training in the evening. They're done at 8. The analysts are still there banging away. Like it's like what's happening? And then obviously he's got his little flat or a little thing right in the training ground where he barely leaves. He's just
He's
like
obsessed.
yeah.
I love it.
Obsessed.
He's just, do you know, it's
Supposed to get the hard
crazy.
up, man.
Yeah,
But it's happened everywhere he's gone though. They start good and then they burn out. Do you know what I mean? So
is that a Bielsa thing?
Yeah.
Is that just because of the workload or just because
maybe? It might be because I mean, there's only so much you can.
And to be fair,
push.
There's a lot of games in the Championship.
So it's such a difficult league. Man.
So many games.
I think if he gets them to the Prem and can get better quality players, that might change.
He's done well with loans, isn't he? Like the loan signings and stuff like that.
There's still like probably about another 25 games.
You got to go up to what 46, isn't it?
Yeah.
And right now, I think they're on 23.
Gosh.
That's over 23 games.
Wait, hold on, let me check.
At this stage,
you know what I mean?
we're in
sorry, 29. So what? 29 from 46.
14.
So about 23 minus. So there's 17 games.
games.
That's
Was it
still
46?
It's a lot of games. And it's only 3 points in it.
Mate, have a look at it from 5th to 14th or something like that.
5th, Middlesbrough on 47 points.
It's tight.
We'll go to QPR. So we're 14th. We've got 39.
What about
8
Millwall?
points in
How much
that
Millwall
many
got?
positions.
Oh, do you want to talk about Millwall, mate?
What, when they bashed
He
up
was
the
there,
Everton fan?
He was
there.
sending a few clips.
No, I went at the game. So basically, I'm coming back now. Gone through other house.
Watch your man getting
And I'm
bashed
literally
up.
driving the car and it's a green light, but no one's moving. So I'm like, what's going on? So I'm driving now and I'm literally in the middle of Everton fans here, Millwall fans
I'll
there.
just be thinking about my car insurance.
Listen,
I'll just be thinking about premium.
I was out.
With car, and you're black as well. It's
I was out. So I've parked up now and then there's like a little place where you can get food because there was just traffic was just standstill. About an hour and a half later now. No, literally, I've got to see what's going on, and they're at it again. They're proper. I've got it on like a video called and everything. No.
To be a black man in Millwall.
Hear this. In the video call I've got, I'm filming.
Oh
it.
yeah, you go.
And then
I'm out.
You hear a glass bottle. The moment I heard the psh, I was like, yep, I'm good. And I was just out.
I've got my car.
And it was. Let me
It's
tell you how crazy
long
it was. Yeah, got back in my car. I'm driving. Down every side road, just seeing like 20, 30 man just running, scarves up, everything. And then
I'll be shitting it
And then
still.
there's horses. Remember the voice note I sent to the group? I sent a voice note to the group because there's
Surreal.
people on horses, like police on horses, like randomly. And then there was a horse with no one on it. Like what? It was mad.
Game of Thrones.
It was
The Millwall fan got
mate, it was
Red
like
Dead
the purge. It was like the purge. I kid you not. I kid you not. And then I've got to my house. And my house, you can literally see Millwall right in front of you. Yeah. And then I realised the game hadn't even started. This is all before the game.
I thought this was
No,
after.
because it was a late kickoff. So this is about 2
That's suicide.
Mate.
How are you doing that 5:30 kickoff?
for like
that's true.
2 hours.
They need to do
before
early
the game.
kickoff for all them
you
all them
gotta
type
do-
of
I
games.
would've
Early
tried- I
kickoff.
would've
tried to take the horse. Like if I was a solid rider,
Yeah.
park it up
Nah,
outside.
you know what?
Take it home.
Have you seen how big them horses are, mate?
If they give you one kick, you're done.
Yeah, I would have shit it
nuts.
still.
It's got to be trouble in the next round, isn't it? AFC Wimbledon.
Oh yeah, like
Do you remember-
where is it?
Do you remember?
I think it's Millwall. At
Oh,
Millwall.
flipping!
Millwall AFC.
No, I don't think that match will kick off though. Because the thing
It'll
about
kick off.
Everton,
It'll kick off.
Everton are supposedly known to have like
So
a
Wimbledon.
proper mob.
Got a few, yeah.
It'll be like the old school crazy gang Wimbledon will say.
That's the thing, yeah. Like,
Yeah, go on, let's
They'll
have
put
it.
their levers back
Plus,
on.
you got to remember, like it's just local. So any other Londoner might just fancy a tear up on the day.
No, that's proper. It's proper crazy. You know?
Mad.
And now, like, if they do have a little mob on them AFC Wimbledon, they've probably seen everything what's going on. They think they're hard.
yeah,
Exactly,
that's the thing,
exactly.
yeah.
They think they're hard. Let's go.
But
Just
there's certain people.
Nah, I'm out, mate.
Oh no, it's at AFC. It's at AFC.
Oh, okay, that's
But
good.
there's certain people that was when
Kingston.
Yeah,
there's certain people that when fixtures are released, like they'll start training for it.
yeah.
Did you ever see that panorama thing on BBC?
McIntyre undercover.
I can't remember. And it was the big light skin guy, the Tottenham fan.
one. Yeah, you can't.
Imagine, yeah.
Training for
He said every time they used to just look at certain fixtures and be like, oh, we got West Ham in 6 weeks. And he goes, he'll go gym, like, he'll be banging gym, he'll go sparring, like, he'll get himself geared up for it.
periodise the season.
He'll do all of that. He goes, oh, just so that we're in peak condition. As if they're playing, we're in peak condition for this game. And then they'll just go and they'll just tear into each other. And I was thinking,
Yeah, and they got like go through the tactics.
And you know, a lot of them are
Recovering
like,
it.
a lot of them are
But if I go
professionals.
there,
they got Powerades in their backpacks.
A lot of them are professionals, like in their day jobs.
Yeah, businessmen.
It's crazy.
But they say
Mad.
they just need like instead of going
In
like,
finance
to the,
jobs.
instead of going
That's
pub
the,
and that.
like the film Fight Club.
Yeah, it's like instead of going pub, it's like that's where I get.
Yeah.
my kick.
Imagine that.
That's like the
I
film
need a
Fight
good
Club.
missus, man.
You know they proper like link up. So like I'm head of Arsenal, you're head of Chelsea. But me and you will just meet up at the pub. How you doing? You alright? Alright, so
Yeah, 100%.
2 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, I see one thing on it. Yeah, all right, so 2 o'clock. If we meet, like, I found this little area, it'll take police maybe 10 minutes to get there. If you get there for around this time, we'll be there.
Apparently,
nice one. See you Saturday.
That's what was happening.
You just meet up.
That's what was happening on Saturday. So for like 2 hours, police would come, like split them up. You know, police can't arrest them.
Oh, is it?
No, because they arrest them, it turns into a thing.
Oh, okay,
so they just, what they do, they just separate everyone and hit people a couple batters. And everyone just kind of runs. But then they run off and then they arrange a meet somewhere else. Yeah. So then police have to find out where they're meeting. And they'll just do that for like 2 hours.
But they'll go on like the football forums. Yeah. This place, 20 minutes.
It's mad.
Send your location on WhatsApp.
Imagine. Yeah, we're here now, lads.
Quickly before we go though.
It's mental, man.
Liverpool to win the league now.
We probably just went over that, you know,
before you arrived.
Before I was late, and you're not saying
I
still think City will
I'm gonna hang with City, but I believe Liverpool can win it. I didn't believe it before, but I still think City will just.
Do you put Liverpool, yeah? This might be a little bit of a whatever, but if Liverpool win it, is it going to be a similar thing to that when Madrid beat that Barcelona team?
Nah.
No. I only say that because of how far Man City looked like they were. Like.
But you go the season before and City had finished fourth. Do you know what I mean? So they haven't dominated the Prem for a long... Like, Barca had dominated the Prem and Europe for a long period before
in saying that,
Madrid had to wrestle it off.
In saying that, do you then put... Because if people are putting this Man City team up there, do you then put that Liverpool team up there as one of the best Premiership teams? I mean, I wouldn't personally.
I wouldn't.
But
no, I wouldn't, no.
No. Oh, well, if you say no, then it's got to be no.
No, I wouldn't. Because they haven't set the league ablaze. If anything, they've been overly efficient. That's the best way. They've been a German. Well, they got a German manager. I was saying they've been like a typical German side.
Yeah, they win. They'll
go into games.
Liverpool. Yeah, but winning them games they don't normally win.
A typical Liverpool side over the last years is we're going to concede 2 or 3, but we're going to score 5 or 6. Whereas now it's like we'll just go in thinking we're going to keep a clean sheet, and between Firmino, Salah, and Mane, we will get at least a goal.
Yeah. There's been a few. I remember the second game of the City away to Palace, and I thought this ain't Liverpool. They were shocking.
The amount of
they scored a pen, and I remember coming away from that game thinking, that's normally a game like Liverpool would drop points.
The amount of games that I've bet on, like I've done loads of games, and it's over 2.5 goals, and I think Liverpool can absolutely smash these to pieces. And Liverpool, the only team that let me down.
Yeah,
they'll go and get 1-0 here.
They've done a lot of 1-0s this season, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. They're just efficient. I wouldn't say like City will go and just make a mockery of everyone in front of them. Liverpool will just go out with them. We're going to win today by any means. City is almost like, in how I see it anyway, I think City, they have to display before they go for a win. Do you know what I mean? I think Pep wants to see a certain criteria on the pitch before he gets the result, whereas Klopp is just like, get the win.
Yeah, that's what happened. Was it last week? Who did they play last week? Huddersfield.
Yeah,
and
away.
Pep was vexed. And even Gary Neville was saying it like during the match that even though they're winning, he's like, Pep's not going to be happy because
even
the standard that they usually play, they're not doing it, even though they're winning.
They went 1-0 against Newcastle. He lost his rag because they wasn't playing to his standard.
Did you watch the game yesterday?
What, the City game?
Yeah.
I saw bits and pieces, like, you know...
Did you see your boy Walker?
No, you know Match Choice, when they just do the half an hour? Yeah. I watched that in the evening.
Your boy Walker is... I think Pep's might bill him this.
I don't know why you're looking at me and saying your boy, bro.
That's your boy to me.
I don't know where you get that from.
Ed,
what? Are you
Listen, I was slating him. When he was at Tottenham, and he was first on the scene, I was like he looks all right. Even because I was saying he was world class.
No. You said to me, you said, Jay, and is that Jay, I'm telling you, he's going to be world class, that boy.
And then that is the way you say things, but I don't know if you said that. That's the way you would have said it.
I mean, we went to Spurs Middlesbrough. I think it was last season, and we was in the box. Remember, and we was in the box. You took me.
The season before.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was the season before, whatever it was. Yeah, it must have been season before because Walker was still there. And you was like, nah, Jay, how bad is Walker, man? And I said, Ed, we've had this. You were saying to me before he's going to be world class, and you was like, did I? I was like, yeah. And you was like,
I couldn't have said something.
And you said, Jay, honestly, if I said that, I take it back.
I would have said something worse about myself, to be honest with you.
Well, you did, but
no. He's random, isn't he?
Best way to describe him. He's like a pick and mix. You never know what you're going to get from him. But he's never quite the sweet you want.
He should be playing for Abbey.
Where do you think he Pep will improve this summer?
Oh, good question.
Well, he's
Fernandinho obviously has to find a
he's looking.
I
don't know who you find.
I think he'll go for another striker. I don't know where, but I think he will go for another striker. There's something about Aguero. I don't think he likes or takes.
I think he likes Aguero a lot.
I don't think
he did in the beginning.
I don't think he fully trusts Jesus either.
No, yeah, I think that's the one.
How old is Jesus?
I think he's about 24.
Is it?
I thought he was younger.
I thought he was younger.
I'm sure when he come in, he was
Maybe
like
20.
19.
I feel like he's young. Maybe that's why you don't. I don't know whether he's 20, 21.
There was one thing on see on the counter attack Instagram.
Yeah.
And you put
21.
You put 21. There you go. You put up, who would be the better player, or whatever, Rashford or
Jesus.
Someone commented. They said, I can't remember who it was.
I remember this comment.
Jesus, he's nothing more. He should be playing at Newcastle. I turned my phone off. Do you know how insane that is? He should be playing with the likes of Rondon. He should be competing with Rondon for a shirt. These times he's competing with Aguero and scoring goals. But he's the reason why Aguero's not always starting.
I don't think that you can have Jesus as your number one striker though.
I think you could. I don't think you could at City. I don't think Pep fully trusts him.
No, I think
you could. I think if you put Jesus at United, I think he'd do a madness. If you put him at Arsenal, he'd do a madness.
I don't know.
At Spurs, he'd do a madness.
I think we said this on the pod last week or the week before. That remember what was said about Neymar, like at Barcelona not being the main man, but he'll have a really good career at Barca. But going somewhere else to be the main man, it won't quite work for him. I think that's the same with Jesus.
No, I think he could, man. But I genuinely think like Pep's like just bleeding him in. I think he would have chucked him in earlier, but then Aguero kind of changed his attitude and kind of started doing what Pep wanted. Yeah. And then obviously you know what you get in terms of goal return. And I think that kind of was like, okay, yeah, look, I still got Aguero and I know he's 30 for goals, but I'm gonna wean Jesus into it.
But how good is Aguero, fam?
Yeah, he's a joke.
Keep scoring, man.
It's his longevity as well.
How old is he now?
I don't know, but he's been doing it for at least six seasons.
Well,
that whole Aguero goal was 2012, so that's 7 years. So going off about 8 seasons, maybe a little bit more.
He just gets big goals for them all the time.
I don't know how you play against him.
I don't know how people compare it. Like when people are like, who's the best striker in the Prem? I just think to myself, are you being serious? Like you have to say Aguero is the best, and who is the best after him?
No,
you have to.
So I'll tell you what's mad, because I've seen him come up against like, defenders who you wouldn't want to get into physically or like in terms of speed and he still manages to.
He's quick, but he's one of them old school ones.
Low
like
center of gravity.
He can handle himself. Like he's strong. He's got a good core. He can hold the ball up.
Mad sharp as well, man.
Aguero's a madness.
His left foot, his right foot is decent in the air. Do you know what I mean? Nice. You can take a free kick. Yeah. Like when you break him down, and he's got crazy numbers here. He done it in Spain, and he literally come here and just hit the ground running. Yeah. Sometimes you need that. You need look at Perez who turned wicked.
Henry.
Even Thierry Henry needed to find himself. Dennis Bergkamp. Lugny had to find himself. Lugny still finding himself.
Side part.
But and then
to Slayer.
Did he have a side part in Lugny?
What's that? Oleg?
Yeah, he definitely does now.
Yeah, lovely side part in Oleg.
What did you say?
He said his side part, and I was trying to work out if he actually had a side part.
I'll show you. Oleg Lugny.
No, he did.
I don't
side part, mate.
Is that the horse?
Is that what they called him?
Yeah,
remember the centre back?
Yeah.
He's a right back.
The horse,
He was a right back.
Well, he was a bit of both. Centre back, right back.
He didn't have that.
I just remember having that Eastern European box trim.
Side part, mate.
You know that tailored box trim.
Let me find that.
He weren't great. He weren't good, to be fair, but he wasn't as bad as people made out. Seagan was worse.
The horse.
Stefanos was worse.
Igor.
Yeah.
Igor Stefanos.
Them man were terrible. Lugny had decent games here and there still. I remember him having up Ronaldo one game.
Huh?
Early Ronaldo. But still,
yellow,
streaks.
yellow, yeah.
Streaks Ronaldo.
Oh, we're talking about Cristiano.
Yeah, not.
Oh, I thought
No, not.
he
like,
weren't,
not
he weren't
fan
around
play.
with Ronaldo.
When he had
With the streaks Ronaldo, he
That
was.
side parting.
That's not a side party.
Goes to the side.
He had a side party in his teeth.
You're an idiot, man.
Looks like a Sputio player, doesn't he?
Alright, cool. But yeah, guys, that's it for another week. Keep liking, subscribing, sharing, all that. Yo, Counterattack Podcasting gets to do it this time. But yeah. Anything to say, guys? No?
No.
Just peace, love, and enjoyment.
No.
Keep supporting the movement.
And guys, don't forget as well, Ends Festival comes this summer. Make sure you lot.
Is it the Croydon one?
The one in Croydon.
Yeah, I'm trying to go still.
Yeah.
Wait, someone we know is
Are you
there.
on it?
Tickets.
Who's there? Cassie's dead, is there, isn't it?
No, the only people I know is Nas,
Nas
Wizkid, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
Marley.
David Marley.
Yeah, we talk off.
I swear, no, wait.
I'm trying to go still.
So yeah, guys,
On
that's going to be a massive festival. I'm not even getting paid for this ad, but I know the people behind it, so you have to support.
Cool, we'll talk off.
I was
that.
trying to go.
yeah.
I was trying to go either way.
Ends Festival, make sure you lot will go. But yeah, I'm cold now because Gina and Yusuf come and just open the door and just let everything in. Thinking this is Train to Slay. But yeah,
You look warm over there.
guys, we're out.
Let's go.
Easy.
Blessings.